Hello everybody, welcome back to Macy's Gaming Vlog. Today, I'm going to be doing a little podcast video. And if you want to see more of these kinds of videos, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see more content like this, or if you want to see more content from me, let me know from your suggestions. Let me know by subscribing, liking this video. So without further ado, I'd like to explain or tell my story of October 19th, Saturday, 2024. I woke up at like 5 o'clock at one of my friend's houses, which I never done a lot before. They were Narito and Masakage's house, and then Seiji was also there. Those are the names I'm gonna point out for now. Tsururaya's house, Tsururaya family's house. Yes. Yeah. So I woke up. One of the first people, Masakage and Narito, they're brothers, and Seiji. I don't know if he's a brother, but he came like 6 months ago from Japan into America and started living. But besides that, yeah, I'm gonna go with Nari. Nari's mother was making lunch for us, and then it was kimbap, and she was still just making lunch for us. No one else was awake at that time because we were supposed to leave at like 6 o'clock, wake up at 5:30, and then I'm normally the kind of guy who would wake up the earliest and wait, just pass by my time, maybe like, doing my daily quests on games and watching some YouTube and stuff like that, just to waste time and stuff. And then yeah, we got into a car, Kevin's, who's I think, yeah, basically organizing this Peace King Cup tournament, fishing cup tournament. And then yeah, we went in his car at 6 o'clock. Yeah, everyone else was like still sleeping in the car because we got like I got myself 6 hours of sleep, and then everyone else probably about the same, but it was still like early in the morning, so everyone was still like drowsy and sleepy. And so I was me, and then another person I want to mention, Megumi-san, was also in the car. All three of us, me, Kevin, and Megumi-san had all were in the car, awake in the car. And then I just saw all these city lights down the highway, very beautiful. And then I also saw the sunset out to my right. I went on a boat, and then the captain was Mr. Emmanuel, or Emmanuel, I think, Emmanuel-san. And then we had his co-captain, or XO, I guess you could say, is Tyrone. So me, Seiji, Nari, and Masa. Nari being Narito and Masa being Masakage. And then you have Megumi-san, Emmanuel-san, and then Tyrone. We all went on this one boat. And then Kevin was on captain a different boat, who I will get to later. And then, so yeah, we drove down. I want to say like 7 o'clock. We just started like fishing out, or 8 o'clock maybe. We started fishing. At the time, Emmanuel-san was like just choosing a spot, and then it said, "Okay, guys, lines up," meaning reel your hooks in and then put them like to the side so that they don't get caught in the water or something while he's driving the boat. And then he did this like many times, and I thought, why is he doing this? On the third time, he mentioned like the depths, and he also mentioned like how you could fish many striped basses, which is what we were fishing for. at the bottom. So he told us like with the weights we had, feel the bottom and then start like nudging it up and down, so that like with the live eels we use as bait would like swiggle around and then catch the attention of these striped basses. By the time of like 10, I want to say 10 o'clock ish, everyone was like, I mean, it was still early and we were all starting to lose hope. We were all starting to like feel sleepy still, and then Seiji was also like just in his corner or like he was at the bow of the ship or the front. Yeah, at the bow of the ship. He was just laying down either because he was still sleepy or had no action, meaning like nothing was catching onto his rod or onto his line, or he was just like motion sickness, something like that. We all took like those motion sickness pills or tablets, those things that prevent you from being motion sickness, like the rocket at the boat and stuff like that. And then around 11 o'clock, 11:30 ish, everyone's starting to get hungry, and then I was still like trying to do some stuff. Oh yeah, I want to mention too, like I want to say for each hour before I caught my fish, I lost 3 hooks because thing was the bottom of the river was not flat. It was like rocky all over the place. So when you nudge your weight on the bottom floor, river floor, and we were at drift too. I want to say that too. We were not anchoring when we were in these spots. We were drifting. We're adrift. We're adrift, and then what was it? Yeah, I lost 3 hooks because the weights were getting caught up by the rocks. The eel's still alive. Remember that. We use live baits, and then we were also drifting. So the eel would be like, even though the line was at a constant, like it was still. The eel was just moving around, trying to escape from the hook, and with the drift, that caused like the weight to catch up on the rocks, and that led me to lose the hook and weight 3 times along with the bait. And then the experience was basically like you had it, and then you felt like the rod like tipping down, and then you think that's a fish, but until like at the time, Emmanuel-san was like saying, unless the line is actually pulling away from the reel, that's then like you would not know it's a fish. And also like if you constantly see like the tip of the rod pointing down, like staying like that, it's a rock. If it's going like up and down or like trying to like pull you, like physically pull you, then it's a fish. And that is how I lost 3 of my weights. And then at the time, Masa also lost 1 hook, I think. And then he, around like 12 o'clock or near 1 o'clock, I think, Masa would fished up a striped bass that was 33 inches long, and I'll put it on the screen. I took a photo. He took a picture, we celebrated, and then we celebrated by me handing out the kimbap lunches to all 4 of us except for Tyrone and Emmanuel and Megumi-san, because like Narito and Masakage's mom only prepared lunch for all 4 of us, not expecting like the rest of the 3 of our crew would actually have mostly nothing to eat, but like Tyrone just took some of our kimbaps, even though we mostly weren't hungry because we were eating chips during all that. And then I don't know if Emmanuel-san ate something. Megumi-san, I forgot what she ate, but yeah, she also ate at that time. And so we took a little break. After that, like around 1 o'clock, maybe 1:10-ish, I caught something on my hook. And then I thought, hey, it's probably another rod. And then here, let me show the rod that I have. This is the rod. It was a rod that Jerry Olsen bought for me when I was on that boating school. Oh. And so the rod. Hold up. I don't know if I want to bend this because I'm afraid it might break, but the fish didn't break it, so the rod, I can't do it. I'm too afraid to break it. Is there any way else I could explain this? So this cord, I don't know if you guys can see this cord, but the rod was basically like doing this, quite literally. A whole, what is it? Math terms, y equals negative x squared, negative 10x squared, kind of like parabola. And I was like, oh shoot, it might break. And then the reel, this thing is not supposed to hold anything above, I think, 12 to 15 pounds at most. And when I hooked on it, I was basically like this. Let me set up my rod. I was holding it like this. And then it just started like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. And then I tried reeling, like reeling it in. And then Tyrone was at my side because he saw my rod bending so much. And then he came to help and he's like, no, Mason, you shouldn't reel, you shouldn't do this. You should like pick it up, let it go down, let the fish tire out by like pulling it in and then letting it escape, pulling it in. And then while you're pulling it in, letting it go, then you reel, pull it in when you feel the fish like, or when you feel the rod like, loosening or like, the fish kind of resting to take a break. Then you reel it in, and then when you feel that pull again, you take it back, reel, take it back, reel. And then this was at the back of the boat, so the stern. And I was kind of afraid that it would, like, the line would get stuck on the propeller, or the fish would go under the boat and get stuck. The line would get stuck on the propeller. And then by that point, this part of my hand, because I was holding it like this, was hurting. And then Tyrone told me to like bring it to the side of the ship. And then so I did the port side, so the left side of the ship or the boat. And then I reeled it in, and then Manu-san, who was at the wheel, saw the fish. It's like, oh my goodness, that's big. And then I saw the fish, and judging from Masakage's fish, which was 33 inches, to bring that up again, it looked about the same size, 30 inches. And then when you try to get it in the net, it wasn't fitting. It didn't fit in the net. And I was like, oh god, this fish might actually escape this time. And it didn't. Tyrone managed to net up the fish, and then he was squirming around, and then everyone was trying to like Masakage and Narito still at the back were like panicking. They were still holding their rods and then starting to reel in theirs, so that they weren't like, you know, focusing on one thing and the other, and then what if they caught a fish or something. But oh well, they just reeled it in and then brought their rods in. And then Seiji was like at the bow of the ship, still sleeping or something. And then I wish someone caught a video of it, but the photo I took with that I showed you about Tyrone was a panic picture. So he held it up, and then I was like, okay, I gotta take a picture. And then took a picture, put my phone away, and then let the fish just striped bass lay on the floor of the ship. And then Manio-san took out his ruler. I think the max is like 40 inches. He put it down, and then the fish was still swarming. And then me and Megumi-san was trying to hold it down while he measured it. It turned so it goes from like the tip of the lip of the fish to the tail, which you have to like kind of stretch it out or point it out at the very back, and it went off the ruler. The tail went off the ruler, so it was more than 40 inches. And Emmanuel-san, by estimate, he said it was like 40.5 inches, which honestly I could have got 41 inches by that, but I was happy. Yeah, all the way before that, like on Friday, October 18th, 2024, we did this Chonyon session at church, which is, I don't know how to explain it, but like, you know, there's angels and spirits and stuff like that, good spirits who would come down and then like ward off evil spirits out of our bodies. And how you would do that is by like singing Grace of the Holy Garden, I think, in Korean, while slapping your entire body and letting all those quote unquote bad spirits away. And then during a prayer after that, a unison prayer, I pray like, you know, tomorrow I'm going to be fishing, and then I hope that I would fish something big. It doesn't have to be big. I was being selfish. It didn't have to be big. It could be small. It doesn't have to be small. It could be big. It doesn't have to be a striped bass. And I was just like, you know, it's my third time out on this Peach King tournament. I didn't fish anything. I'd be happy with any kind of fish. And so yeah, on that day, around 1:00 p.m., I fished a 40.5 incher, and boy, it hurt me. It hurt my arm, it hurt my hand, and then at that time I really felt as if God was saying, look, this is your prize for being so patient, for like, you know, actively trying to communicate with me, to, you know, yeah, do all that praying and stuff to get this. You earned it. And then I prayed back to him, thank you for this, I guess, gift or something. Even though like I couldn't bring it back, since the only thing you could bring home as a striped bass is something that's along the lines of 28 inch to 31 inches. I think 28 inches to 31 inches. And then yeah, same thing with Masakage's fish. We had to let it go in the waters because it was 2 inches bigger than the allowed size. And so before we let go of mine, the clamp or the thing, I'll show it on the thing. What I was holding was, I was holding the clamp like this. And that clamp came with the fish when we let it go, and we were like, oh my goodness, oh no, the clamp. And then thankfully or not thankfully, the fish looked like it was dead or acting dead. It was like upside down, and you could see it like just floating on the surface of the water. I thought I killed it. I thought we took too much time like out having the fish out of the water, that we actually made it suffocate. But no, it was alive. It was swimming after we got the clamp back. we had to Tyrell had to actually go back and net the 40-incher striped bass, and then get the clamp out of his mouth, and then like by like 50, we boat away 50 feet, and then I saw the fish just like swimming under the water, so I was like, okay, he's fine. And yeah, that I texted my mom after that, and then I got no reply immediately, and I was like, maybe my mom's doing something, and then so I texted my dad through Line, saying, look, I got something, and then because my line message was a group chat with my dad and my mom, I thought if my dad saw it, and he would normally see it because his notifications would go to his watch and also to his phone, his Apple Watch, so I thought he'd get the notification faster and easier. And then if he did that, he replied, and then my mom would reply, but no, I sent it into the line, and then my mom replied first. She was like, did you have a picture of it? And then I was like, I don't have a picture of it, but I have a picture of Masakage holding the fish. And then soon after that, my dad posted a picture of me holding the fish, and then that was actually Jerry, who fished it up. No, not. Jerry saw the picture that someone, Manuel-san, took on Instagram, and he sent it to my sister. My sister sent it to my dad, and then my dad sent it through the group chat. And then I was like, wow, they actually took a picture of it. And then I wish I was filming. If I did film, I wouldn't be making this podcast video. Basically, it was all quiet on the other ships or on the other boats. Crew. One person was fishing up like 30, 34 inches, 35, 36, 39. Then when I heard 39, I think he fished it up before Masakage fished his 33 incher. So I was like, oh no, he's already second place, because first place is 45.5 inches, which is huge. And then second place at that time was 38.5, I think, and then the third place was 38.2 inches, I think. If I'm remembering it right, and then that 39 inch gave him second place. And then when Masakage fished his soon after, I thought that was it. I thought that was like the day, and they like, even though we're supposed to be there until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I thought we were done there. And then I fished mine 40.5 inches, and yeah, that uplifted my spirits to second place. And then with this rod, something that only holds like 15 pounds at most, fished up something that's double the recommended or max weight, which was, if I looked at Google, 40 inches was about 29.5, so I'm guessing like around 30 pounds or maybe like, maybe 35 pounds or something, which I could hold by myself, because every day I walk to school or I bike to school with 20-pound backpack on my back and then a 10-pound computer bag on my other hand. So yeah, honestly, the fight or the fish I was fishing took about like 1 or 2 minutes, and then came up, stuff like that. So yeah, from there on, I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna get anything bigger than that. This rod is probably done for, but it's like, once I caught a 40 incher, I was like uplifting the rest of our crew. Hey, what if we get 50 inches? Come on, let's go for 50. And then like, I knew it's not gonna happen. Even if I was lucky enough to fish one, I was not gonna get it on the boat and take a picture with it. And then, so yeah, for the rest of the day, I was just like, just randomly fishing at one spot, maybe get, another fish, whether it was a striped bass or not. Maybe like I'd be happy with a 20-inch from there on. And then, yeah, we got no action until like the very end, like 3:58-ish, before we clocked out and set sail for home or back at port. Masakage fished up we didn't measure it, but it was like a decent sized dogfish shark. Yeah, and then that's basically the end of the day by there. Everyone was just like congratulating me for my 40-incher or second place. And then when we returned to port, I helped clean up the boat. And then I was still like, at that time, everything just hit to me like, oh my goodness, I actually got second place. Oh my goodness, I actually caught something that big. I caught something that heavy with this kind of fishing rod. That was all great. And so, yeah, I'd like to thank my mom and dad, first off, for, I guess my mom was kind of speaking in a forceful tone to like, hey, you should probably go back out fishing. And even though I wanted to fish, I didn't really feel like fishing. But yeah, I went out there anyway, and then that's my mom. She's like, take care of your opportunity. I'm gonna make you take all those opportunities. Whether it's for church, whether it's for school, whether it's for like your own thing, I'm gonna make you do everything once you have the opportunity. And then my dad's like, my dad's basically on my side. He's like, you shouldn't really push me too hard, but at the same time, he's a supportive kind of father. He drove me all the way to Masakage and Narito's house, and then where I stayed over for one night, and that's about it for it. I have nothing to say. I can't speak at all. Even if I'm speaking at a large crowd, or even if I'm speaking to myself here, maybe get one view from this one video, I'm still anxious to speak this story because like it was a big moment. And for winning second prize for the Peace King Cup tournament, I'm gonna get 450. I didn't get it yet since the awards ceremony is on November 2nd. I might do a video there live, not live, but like just filming the video there and then post it on YouTube, getting clips of it. But yeah, I didn't get the money yet, but I won 450 if I managed to beat 45.5 inches, which was not gonna happen at all. 40 inch itself is rare, cause like I think the average is like what 20. Basically the bring home size 28 to 31 inches. That's about the average you could probably fish. And man, that guy who got like 6 fishes in a row was really lucky himself, even though he didn't get, he got the 3rd place prize for that 39 inches. But yeah, he fished up so much, and that itself is like a prize. He didn't bring home any of them because they were above 31 inches. But yeah, if I was him, I'd be happy with 6 fishes compared to people who would probably not fish at all the entire time. Or like, people who fish like 1 or 2 fishes at best per day or a day. And yeah, I guess I'll let you know how the award ceremony is like once it happens. So I'm concluding this video. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like if you want to see more of this kind of video. Share to people about this story that I anxiously, nervously, no words to say story to people. And finally, yeah, thank you for watching. I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.